So, circuit is actually house music.
House music.
It is house music. So, um, it's very big in Brazil. It's very big in Thailand, but not a lot of people outside the LGBT community has actually heard of it.
Oh.
Is this also even more of a niche genre within the LGBT community?
Yes, it is, because a lot of people are still, they're following, your commercial EDM music. They love techno, they love hardstyle.
Is this you?
No. I wish.
I was like,
I wish.
I saw the blonde hair and I was like,
But surprisingly, I'm playing with this DJ in July.
oh, sorry, you're playing with the DJ.
So he's coming to Brisbane in July, and I'm playing at the same gig as him.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
That's cool. Are all the circuit DJs like jacked?
You have to be.
Yeah,
You kind of have to be.
Is that like
Yeah.
the sex appeal? Like,
It's a sex appeal thing, yeah, because it's just part of the vibe of the community, It's people need to be all jacked, It's all about appearances, and if you're vying to be a DJ,
yeah.
you got to look the part.
Wow. It's very like I like the dances on stage. It makes it very performative instead of just lights and lasers.
Yeah. So they always try to get go-go dancers onto the stage, and just to make it more entertaining, and they try to put circuit festivals. The reason why it's called circuit,
Very close now.
My bad.
Come on now.
the reason why it's called circuit is because historically, people used to go to these 4 or 5 day festivals, and they basically go around it as a circuit to different cities around the world.
Oh.
Wow.
So it's called a circuit party. And these festivals still go on. I just went to one in Bangkok. They still go on for 4 to 5 days.
Wow.
So they stop at 4 or 5 a.m. but
Oh, yeah.
they go on for like days in a row, and then there's after parties, and then like during the day there's like pool parties, and like it's non-stop. So they're still on. And Thailand is one of the biggest ones. There's ones in Korea, Japan, Taiwan, of course.
Taiwan, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's house music. You can probably hear it.
Yeah.
It is house music. It's got a bit of a different tempo to it, and it's not. The beat is very, very foreign to a lot of people. I'll shut up for a second so you can hear it for a bit.
If you guys are tuning in right now, watching White Party Bangkok,
Can we
a Brian
share
set.
this, like, put this on the screen? No, we can't.
It's a bit hard.
I haven't
It's like what we
connected.
did last time.
Yeah, I'll have to like connect the HDMI, but
Oh, okay.
maybe I'll drop a link down below and you guys can have a
Sorry,
look.
we'll-
I will
we'll
share
edit
it.
the video after
Yeah,
this
yeah,
video on,
yeah.
And then that way it looks, react to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of the other videos I watched, it gave me like a Vienna House kind of vibe.
Vina House?
Yeah, very similar to Vienna
I feel like
House.
Vina House is a bit more, I wouldn't say up tempo, but like a more, it has a high pitch to it anyway
Yeah.
compared to house music. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. It's,
Yeah.
It's a very,
How did you get into this, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, so I've been I'm not young anymore. I've been thinking about being a DJ for like 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, and I used to play I still do play a lot of video games, a lot of music games.
Yeah.
One of them being Beatmania.
Oh.
Beatmania.
Like Stepmania?
Yes, like that, but it was a fake DJ deck with 7 keys.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, and oh god, I used to have so much fun playing that.
Oh yeah.
But because back in those days, it was still vinyl. Nothing was digital.
Everything was vinyl. So
Everything was
do you just have
vinyl.
heaps of vinyls at home then?
No,
No?
I didn't get into it because it was so complicated, and I was still studying, and I don't know how the DJs today do it. The young ones, but they have it a lot easier. The DJs these days, they don't need vinyl, right?
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
MP3s or WAV files, right?
Yeah,
So it's a lot easier for them. But back in my day, I tried to get started, but certainly digital was not really an option.
Gotcha.
And this MP3 quality was bad. You know, files are big, internet was slow, and really you just had to go vinyl. But you know, after 20 years, I just went, you know what? Let's give this a go. But I didn't start with circuit. Circuit's a very old genre, right? Because it started from house, right? Bottom of my heart, I'm an OG hardstyle guy.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So is that like that's how you kind of got into it? Because a lot of those games actually have a lot of hardstyle in it. I don't think people realize, but like, you know, even what's it called, like Dance Dance Revolution and stuff like that, and like the shuffling game that you see at arcades. A lot of people shuffle to like, you know, like OG hardstyle songs, and that's where all the shufflers come from in our scene.
Oh, so when they're shuffling, it's basically just replicating their moves on the game.
Well, kind of, yeah. Like they have that, you know, that one with the neon lights at the bottom,
Yeah.
and then
So-
it has neon lights at the bottom, and then they're shuffling. Usually, I'm like, those nerds, what the hell? But then I realized, like, yeah, they're actually really big into hardstyle.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So-
I'm one of those. So, so I started with.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. I think I've got a technical difficulty.
Are you
Just-
able to change it?
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Just check if we're live, because it says we're not live. Maybe it's because
I'll see if it's on.
Do you just want to just input that, and then we'll change it, and we'll just restart it. It's okay. We're recording, so it's
that's
yeah.
alright.
Like we focus more on like the after production side of this.
That's
Because
alright.
for the time being, like live streaming, it's we're gonna need to do some crazy shit. So unless you want to do some crazy shit today, yeah, we're gonna have to work.
I'll bring
work
my
on-
decks next time.
Yeah, well, we had somebody say that that we should bring some decks, and you should play some music for us and like just create some things. Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is really interesting.
It's still recording?
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. We can just cut it and then restart it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So this is one of the bigger ones, of course.
Yeah.
All right, and I'd love to play here one day. I would really love to.
Is this like your like DEFCON
Pretty much.
or like your intense like this is like the holy grail for a lot of
Yeah.
circuit DJs?
Yeah, it is. This is holy grail, and I don't like to brag, but I seem to be the only Asian circuit DJ in Australia.
In Australia? Wow, that's crazy.
The only Asian
Like,
person.
Aussie born, circuit, Asian,
Yeah,
all the amalgamations of.
pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
I would not surprised that there aren't more because there's a lot of Asians into hardstyle in Australia.
Yeah.
I would have thought a lot of people into trance or into house.
Unfortunately, the circuit is very, very niche, and it's very geared towards the LGBT community at the
Is
moment.
it the music, the visuals?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
Oh.
primarily that.
Mm.
It's
Do you think that ever like convert, like I guess just normal music enjoyers, or not normal, but like, you know, like other people from that aren't really intrigued by it yet or haven't entered this space?
I think people would enjoy it because
Yeah.
in the end it's house.
exactly the same, right? Yeah.
In the end, it's house.
Yeah.
Right? So the beat's a bit different. The visuals are very different. But as long as you enjoy music.
I definitely think like to draw the people in, the theatrics are very interesting. It's very different. You don't get. I think in Australia it's very rare for a big festival to have like go-go dances on stage.
Nah, very, very rare, right?
I'd rather see a band by the flames. Like euphoria, you know. But,
No, but you get the nice girls, with the costumes and the bikini,
I'd wow how you get like the go-go dances.
Oh yeah,
You don't
yeah.
really see that at the big festivals and like stuff like this.
No, yeah.
Who would
And-
you say like? Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
I keep
go,
cutting
go,
you off.
go.
Like, who would you say was one of the biggest, like DJs, I guess, in circuit right now, or like more well known anyway?
Oh, well known, Tommy Love, GSP, Alan Nadel.
Yeah, I was thinking like the fighter? George St. Pierre?
These are very old classic.
Yeah.
They've been around the circuit scene for like 20 years.
Shit.
Nat Valverde is coming to Sydney on the weekend as well.
Wow.
These are very big names. But Mardi Gras usually does a big circuit party.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That would make
yeah.
a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the music can it's nuts, right? There's a party in Sydney during Mardi Gras called Finale, It is the craziest party I have ever been to in my life, right? So it's 3 floors. It's at the home the venue.
Yep.
You guys have been there before, but it's basically 3 floors. So they have circuit, tech, house on all 3 floors, and it's like 5 or 6 dance floors, and it goes from 10 p.m. till 12 p.m.
Holy shit.
next day.
Oh shit.
So it's called Finale, and for some viewers that may know it, the next party is called Morning Glory. So it just goes through the whole day. So
Oh, whoa. So like back to back.
Yep.
Oh fuck.
Back to back, and it's basically like you just go circuit from like 10 p.m. all the way to like 7 a.m. and then it's tech house basically for the rest of the day. And
Holy
it's
shit.
crazy, right? So the sun's coming up. It's at the home the venue, so there's a highway right next to it. So people are shirtless and dancing. It's a Monday morning. People are going to work, and you're still going till 12.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I guess you don't see many of those. Like even when we think of going to DEF CON and things like that, which was like a couple of days in a row, or like any of those bigger festivals, it just doesn't. Oh, we haven't been to any yet, so it doesn't really make sense to us so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, time out.
I'm not
Alright.
working. Sorry about the sunny, man.
How do you feel about hardstyle DJs anyway? Coming like, why do you not want to go open format in a sense that you could probably do some pretty good hardstyle music? Like we could recommend you to Shock and all that as well, right? Is there any like hatred towards I guess hardstyle DJs or any other type of DJs?
None.
DJs or anything? No. Yeah, I guess you go to every event.
None.
Yeah.
I love all the DJs that I know and met. I appreciate all of them and what they do. I love to play at Shock.
Yeah. Would you be open to it if just for one time if we were like, yo, we know a guy and we think he'd be really good on stage, like
as an opener before the hardstyle, put some house in, you know. Just
I'll be your MC as well.
Oh, no,
I'll go on the stage, yeah.
please don't.
You know, I do have hardstyle tracks in my playlist, right?
Yeah.
But thing is, it's like I love dancing to it. I'm one of those shufflers.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta teach me. I'm trying to learn, but it's not working out.
Dance Revolution style, right? But
yeah.
But it's not that I don't want to.
Yep.
It's that I don't have the how would you say it? There's no easy way to put it, so I'm just gonna say it, right?
Do it. Yep.
I don't have the confidence to do it
Really?
because hardstyle is, in my mind, it's got the word hard in it. It is, once you've tried it, it's actually bloody hard.
Yeah,
It is really hard.
I would feel like you have more confidence to do what you do, preferably over me just playing hardstyle music. I've seen some really shit hardstyle DJs come up. I'm not gonna lie, like that's pretty bad of me to say, but I've seen some people who are like, yeah, I can play hardstyle, and they rock up on the stage and they're just like super miserable, and like they just press play on the track, and you know, like
There's one DJ that just pops in my head when you're saying that, right? Christopher Pierce. He's not really hardstyle. He's more trap, but and raw, right? But oh god, a bit of techno as well, actually. But in his core, I can tell straight away that he is a raver.
Yep.
He is a raver, and I think that is so important, because in my heart, I love hardstyle. I love it, but. Do I get the same vibes as I get at a circuit festival?
No.
I don't.
No.
Yeah. So if I don't get that kind of vibe, I can't do it. For me anyway. That's the case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I don't love hardstyle. I love it, but
You like all sorts of music.
Yeah.
Really,
yeah. You take me to a hotel lobby and they're playing classical or jazz. I love it as well. Right?
Elevator
That's
music.
fine too.
Microwave noises.
Microwave noises.
I play video games, right?
Yeah.
So I love city building sims. One of my favorite genres.
Wow.
Cool.
That's quite interesting. I thought you might say League of Legends, but yeah.
Don't like it. But what do they play? Elevator music.
Yep.
Right, because it's got to be a chill. You're building something, right? So I've got elevator music in the background.
Lo-fi, you know that.
Do you play like the resource management games like Civ?
Love it.
Really? Really? Or like
Okay. My craziest is probably I don't like FPSs. I love Mortal Kombat.
What?
Oh wow, cool. OG or like the
Yeah,
newer ones?
I played since Mortal Kombat 1.
Wow, and you bought every game.
Every game.
Whoa.
PlayStation, is that PlayStation 1?
No.
2?
Sega Genesis.
Oh shit. Oh, that's before my time.
Yeah, I'm the Sonic generation, right?
That's so cool.
Yeah, so
It's died again.
oh my god.
That's okay.
I love all sorts of music.
Yeah.
Right, so even video game music. I love video game music.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate the amount of effort it takes to produce video game tracks even.
Yeah, I was looking the other day. Someone did an interview with another DJ at and what happened? They were talking about music tracks, like music scores and stuff like that, and how they implement it into their tracks that they make for hardstyle and for raves and stuff like that as well.
Yep.
Which is quite interesting. Like I never really thought much of like unless it's Fast and Furious and they've got like all the big name rappers making like soundtracks. Like I just never look into it.
Yeah.
But like for gaming games like RPGs, I'm really into Japanese RPGs. The amount of effort that goes into the music as well is quite interesting.
It is amazing,
Yeah.
right? The amount of effort it takes and the ingenuity and some of the just geniuses of what they've done, and why I love Circuit and why I do what I do is because the vocals are amazing, the bass line is amazing, the instrumentals are amazing, and I'm not hating on hardstyle. I love hardstyle,
Of course, no.
right?
Yeah.
But it's just like that.
Have you seen that that guy that played in Eurovision Juiced? Used?
No, I didn't see that.
I'll have to show you afterwards. But he's quite an interesting character. So he used to make like trap from the Netherlands, essentially.
Oh, okay, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, or like I mean like hip
Is it
hop,
the
rap.
Opa,
Yeah.
that
So
guy.
if you look back, if you look at his old music, it's completely different. It's not hardstyle at all. But he incorporates like I guess the society and like the energy and the tradition of what Netherlands brings into that case as well.
Interesting.
Like, German or some sort, a European country, unfortunately, that I'm not really willing to pick up right now. But yeah, he I don't know how to describe it. I have to show you because I think you'll find it very, very interesting how he blends two genres into one and then incorporates hardstyle on top of that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Because now that you mentioned, there is this DJ. The name just escapes me at the moment. Oh, shit.
It's okay.
The name just escapes me at the moment. It's a German DJ as well, and early 2000s that did something very similar with, and it wasn't hardstyle. It wasn't called hardstyle back then. It was just trance.
Trance, yeah.
It was called trance.
Yeah.
And
Are they the same thing, by the way?
no, they're not. Well, it's evolved.
Yeah.
It's evolved. But he used to do. He used to do.
I'm so sorry, Sonny. This
Sorry, all right.
I swear this has never happened before, and his OCD's kicking in for sure.
Yeah.
Is it the
definitely.
battery?
Yeah.
Maybe swap out a battery for a fresh one.
There's a battery right behind you, behind the glass on the thing. Not that one.
On batteries.
Well, okay, so the camera has a battery normally, and then I've also got a charger plugged in to continuously charge the battery. But what happens is, I do, but this one's for the stream, yeah.
That one back there. We might have to switch to the.
Okay.
You guys aren't bored.
This is interesting.
Yeah. We'll, I promise you, we'll get you back on another day when everything's sorted out really well.
Because I think there's more to unpack here.
There's so much.
There's more than meets the eye.
I feel like we didn't depict you.
We
that
really apologize.
Yeah.
Like I know it feels unprofessional, but this literally is like a
I
one.
was just saying outside, like the reason I'm here is, I resonate with what you guys are doing. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
really
what
do.
I really want people like when we bring people on. We don't want it to just be a
Keep going.
just a normal stream or like your regular live stream. We want people to kind of send a message, and we want to hear about you. Like I think important thing about marketing here is being able to depict who you are. More people are interested not only in what you make or how you perform or what necessarily you do, but where you come from, how you got there, the effort that you put in order to even present yourself the way you do. Going from an introvert and forcing yourself to be, or not forcing, but willingly choose to be an extrovert because you just have to, because you're in that industry. You know, I feel like that takes a lot of effort. For me,
There's a lot of courage.
courage, yeah. For me, I lived a unfortunate like childhood where I was suppressed in a way where my parents didn't really let me express myself how I wanted to, or let me do the things that I enjoyed doing or was passionate about. And now I'm here encouraging people to, you know, live their life and enjoy it and have fun, and don't worry about the outside noise, you know, not too much. Sometimes it's guidance, yes, but there's a lot of times where you kind of just have to feel it and appreciate it and do it and just go for it, right?
I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that a lot of people are, but you know, there are narcissists everywhere,
Yes.
right? And
I think
they
you can say all.
there's a lot. You know what? I worked out after dealing with it as well. That in the end, it doesn't really matter what other people think.
Yeah.
It matters about it matters to yourself. Like, I go to the gym. I'm not. Yeah, other people may look better than me. You know, they've worked out longer than me.
Yeah.
They've made better genetics, better diet. But as long as I'm better than myself compared to yesterday, or I put in my best effort, I'm happy.
Where did you learn that? Because that's not common sense, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's not, right?
Yeah.
And being in an Asian family growing up, I mean, yeah, we're all Asian.
Yeah.
You know, it's very typical Asian family, right?
You get pitted against your cousins. Oh, my friend's
Always.
my friend's son got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's only 12 and he's a doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got friends. I've got relatives that are like, you know, they're lawyers, doctors, etc. I've got friends that are lawyers, doctors. We don't compare ourselves to each other. We really don't.
Yeah.
And I try not to do that because it is very, very toxic.
Yeah, it's unhealthy.
Yeah,
definitely.
very unhealthy. And I just want to make sure that I'm living my best life. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And everyone else can, you know, either be part of my journey or, you know, yeah, of course, you go on your own journey. But hey, if you want to be part of my journey, very welcome to.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you know, I've dealt with enough narcissists in my life to recognize that, you know what, I'm going to do my thing because you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
I guess relating that back to your DJing, you mentioned earlier, like you had a lot of people, you know, throughout your career thus far, try to influence the sort of music that you make. Like, how do you decipher constructive criticism to just, you know, random noise from, I guess?
It's an interesting comment, right? Because I have people that genuinely care about me that provided some of those comments, and I love them to bits, right? And I really do listen to them.
Yep.
And the way I incorporate it is I look at circuit and I go, this is my niche genre that I'm targeting.
Yep.
How do I incorporate circuit into those open genres, other genres?
Yep.
Like, if you actually have a listen to some of my mixes, I have a circuit beat, but it's got R&B, it's got hip hop, it's got techno, melodic house, it's got progressive house.
White girl music. Oh.
White girl music, yes. Some anthems. Britney Spears. They've got Britney in there as well
yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Toxic.
It does. Toxic. I've got a circuit mix on that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I take that advice. I really do. Unfortunately, you know, because I mix it, it's still circuit.
It's still, yes, exactly
Right.
right. Yeah.
Because if I really go open format, what, you know, another question is, why don't I just become a wedding DJ?
True. Yeah. Holy shit.
Right? I can just go to play at a wedding, and you know, people send requests to me, and you know, and I have to be an open format DJ and just play. Yeah, and people like make a lot of money out of that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But is that the direction that I want to take?
Well, no. Yes.
Yeah, no. You know, ultimately, if I want to become a DJ, I want to become. I don't want to become like Martin Garrix. No, right? It's not my goal. Do I want to play at a circuit festival one day? Absolutely.
Yes.
So you got to make sure you have the right goals. You know, that's what I think. You got to make sure you have the right goals, and just set your target on those goals and walk towards that. And yeah, I welcome all sorts of feedback, and I'm incorporating that feedback into what I do.
Yeah.
But am I taking advice directly and implementing it 100%. No.
Yep. You take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of like filter through it. Hey.
That's right.
Yeah.
Depends on where it comes from as well. I mean, I've had people, I think everyone knows if you're creating content on YouTube, you're going to get negative people all the time. I've had people commenting saying, "Oh, you should never put this music in circuit." I'm like, why not?
Sorry. Yeah.
So
That's good. That's a good response. I think I would do the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah. I've had a hater one time in my comment section. I went.
It
off
keeps
that
coming
girl.
back, Brandon. She still lives in your head rent free. There's one
It
girl
does. To
that
this
said
day.
something once, and he's never let go of it ever since.
Yeah, I will fucking remember that person for the rest of my life. And like not in a bad way. Like I don't want to hurt them or anything, and I don't mean bad by them, but necessarily just it drives me to do more, and it drives me to prove to them that what we do is what we wanted to do, and yeah.
I think it's twofold, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
because I've got people that put negative comments in there as well.
Yeah.
So I see it as two things, right? Maybe they're right. Maybe they're completely wrong, and they're just keyboard warriors and they don't understand anything, which is 80% of the time.
Yeah, that one was definitely.
Yeah, right. So what do you do to protect your own mental health, right? So I go through the comment section as well, just like any other creator, and go, you know what? That's not doing well for my own mental health. If you don't want to watch my stuff, get them out.
No, sorry. Unfortunately, I'm fueled by the negativity, so
Yeah.
I replied back, started an argument, and
Everyone deals
Yeah,
with
but
it
yeah.
slightly differently.
I get
That's
what you
fine.
mean. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think. Well, we've learned now to kind of for me now when things come in the comment section like that, I think I'm a bit more. I teach them or I explain to them what our purpose is or what we're trying to depict in what we say or what the content that we make. And that's kind of worked out a lot better because they end up having like a realization. They're like, oh, like that's not what I thought of it. It was just a misunderstanding or such. So it happens quite regularly.
Oh, no, I appreciate that, and I agree with that approach as well. And what I'm saying is the other extreme.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right,
You just
and-
have to block it out.
Yeah, you just have to block it out because it's just not healthy.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So why deal with it if you know that they're never going to understand anyway?
Yeah. There's no point.
There's no point.
There's no point. Yeah. So what I wanted to get to you was you're very good with goal setting. As I can see, you're very, very organized. You know what you're doing. You got your head screwed on. How does this come about? What are the traits that you have learned throughout your experience of life, and how has it brought you here today? Like, what do you think the standout things for you? Because I'm not organized at all, as you can kind of tell.
Well organized.
Yeah. But I can be a bit messy sometimes, or it's very spontaneous for me. How do you apply what you do best, and what would that be?
I think it's a loaded one again, but I think it's twofold, right? I am very organized, but I've learned to live with the fact that a lot of people are spontaneous.
Yeah.
I mean, I can be spontaneous as well.
As well, yeah.
But when I do those kind of more spontaneous things, people are usually very shocked because I go really extreme when I'm spontaneous.
Is it like I've got a penthouse tonight, like everyone come over, kind of spontaneous?
No,
or?
as in like I've got 3 hours to go, and I'm like, I'll go to Sydney. I'll fly down right now.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Okay, that's
Damn.
more spontaneous
Hold
than the
on.
penthouse.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
is that like to play a show or
Or-
just
No.
like just for fun?
just for fun.
So fine. I'm like,
Sometimes.
I don't have anything to do. I'll fly down.
Yeah, I'll give you my number and you text me next time. So-
Sure.
You guys work hand in hand together
Yeah.
because sometimes this guy will be like, Don, what do you got on? And it's like, I got work. Do you want to ditch work and come with me and go to Melbourne for a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, fuck no. Like, oh, I'll pay for your whole day's worth of wage. Yeah.
Just
So yeah, fuck yes.
okay.
It comes in once in a full moon,
Yeah.
really. But I'm very, very organized in my life. But you know what? To each their own.
Yeah.
I deal with it as in like, some people are spontaneous. If they're not organized, fine.
Yeah.
Everyone, as long as everyone's happy, right? But at the same time, they have to respect me.
Yes. Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes things have to be organized. Leave me alone, and I'll organize it. Leave
Yep.
me alone,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be happy. You're happy because you don't need to worry about it, and I'll deal with it.
Yep.
And I'm happy, and you're happy. Right? But you know, sometimes it's so spontaneous. We're like, oh, whatever, let's just go.
Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess are there any other qualities like something I've noticed from I guess what you've talked about so far? Obviously, perseverance, resilience. You know, what other qualities do you think a lot of young people should strive to kind of exude to be able to be successful?
We don't want to turn you into a motivational speaker, but yeah.
I kind of.
But, you know,
Yeah.
like, it's like what are the bare necessities you think that you've
Respect.
Respect.
Yeah, I think and honesty. I think two really important things. I think a lot of people obviously they want to be the best version of themselves for social media.
Yeah.
It's very deadly. Very, very deadly. I mean, in the nature of what I'm doing is, you know, I need to promote on social media.
Yes.
But in my private life, what I try to do is make sure I'm trustworthy with the people I care about.
Yeah, exactly.
With the people I deal with.
Yeah.
Make sure people are treated with respect.
Yes.
You know, and if people flip you off, you can flip them off as well.
Yeah.
Right, because you got to respect each other.
Yes.
But if, you got to be the humble and honest one. But you know, if people flip you off, you don't need to hold back.
Yeah.
All right. So my advice is like just be truthful, be honest, and be respectful. And although that sounds very cliche, yeah, it sounds really cliche. And in the world of any business, right, it'll get you down the drain. But in the end, honesty pays.
It's necessary. It is necessary, and I think like the more times that you're honest with somebody, at least they can read you a little bit better and maybe work around that with you or communicate. It's a very important thing nowadays. It's a
learning process as well. Sorry,
yeah.
It's a learning process as well because I've dealt with things myself. You know, you know, there are things that you don't want to tell people.
Yeah.
There are things you don't want to deal with, and I've dealt with those things as well myself personally. Yes. And over time, you learn. I think as you get older, that there are certain things that, you know what, in the end, people don't actually care.
Gotcha. Yeah.
As long as you can live honestly and respect other people, and in the end, it pays off. I believe now. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well,
God, I sound like a motivational speaker.
No, that's good. I think that's good. Yeah, we need the insight, and I think like what we want to get. Like for me, I'm still learning a lot in my life, and I feel a lot of respect for you because you've accomplished a relative amount. You know, like at least you might not see it as that, but we see even the fact that you've taken the step to go do something that not many people go out there to do is enough for us. Because I didn't have the balls to do that for a long time. I didn't have the balls to speak up, or I didn't have the respect for myself when I needed it most. So being able to do that for yourself we put you on high standards.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I appreciate that you're willing to give your advice or give your experience in order for people who do watch this to understand that. And I think maybe that helps build a reputation for you as well, in order for them to come and see that, you know, what you perform and what you do.
Thank you.
More than just, you know, he just plays music on the stage. It's not that. Yeah, I think there's more to that. You put in so many hard hours into what you create that people should have more respect. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect and for a lot of the other DJs in Brisbane. I love them all. I really do.
I know a couple that I don't like, but yeah.
You know, you learn a bit from everyone. You really do. You learn a bit from everyone, and I love work. I love to learn from them. Not many of them have actually heard me play before.
Really?
So it'll be interesting in July.
Could we do a collaboration? If we were to collaborate you with somebody else in terms of just maybe producing music and for circuit, do you think that's possible?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Because the next step, unfortunately, DJs in the old days, oh my God, used to just mix music.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay.
I'm mixing music, but God, every freaking DJ is a producer now.
Yeah. So is that the next step for you reckon?
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
Uh-huh.
But I'm at a point where I'm like, you know what? Do I need to actually produce my own original tracks?
That's up to you, hey,
Yeah.
to decide. Yeah. Is there anybody in circuit that has kind of started producing?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, many. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they do. And unfortunately, they're not like big pop stars like, you
Yes.
know, Dua Lipa or something like that, right? So it doesn't get anywhere. So remixes, bootlegs, mashups, they work really well, but it gets boring sometimes as
Yeah.
well. So unfortunately, you just I got to start with that. So that's definitely the next step is, you know, got to do some of my own remixes.
Yeah.
But that's going to take some time because you got to learn.
How to blend.
Yeah. Well, how to actually produce. Even a remix is a new production. You know,
Yeah.
you're using an original song and then you're building upon it.
Yeah.
So that's a process in itself. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just using the sample.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you have anything you would like to add to that?
I did, but it's no longer at the top of my head. So
You can refer back to notes.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm a little bystander. I'm just like to see the
Yeah. Would you like any advice from Sunny about
advice.
Yeah, something like that might be going on in your life.
I think
No.
to see from our perspective, like I guess not to say that you're old, but being older, you have
You have the experience.
you have the
The
experience.
experience.
And I think, you know, a lot of young people nowadays, I find a lot more entitled, don't have the resilience, and can't really, you know, work through and fight the challenges that are kind of pit their way.
They don't have that figure in their life sometimes because
Yeah.
It's called instant gratification.
Well, that's what, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a problem. Social media. You know, you post something, you expect like 100 likes. Do I have that? Yeah, a little bit. But you know, I grew up in an age where there was no social media, so it doesn't hit as hard. But it's life or death for these young people. And all I can say is, you know, nothing comes quickly. You got to put time and effort into it. Just like what I'm doing now, I'm putting time and effort into it. It'll take time. As simple as that.
Yeah, well, like, I think nowadays we're living in an age, and I've read some articles recently where they were asking, you know, young teenagers, you know, about to finish high school, what they're going to do once they finish.
OnlyFans.
And a lot of them have said, yeah, the moment I hit 18, I'm going to go and do OnlyFans. And it's because social media has basically said, if I want to live a lifestyle where I'm in Bali, partying, drinking, having fun, the only way that I can achieve that is through
Sell my body.
OnlyFans and
Yeah,
doing
that's
you know,
sad.
sex work and that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
it's really sad.
And, you know, I think a lot of people just kind of lost sight of what a realistic normal life is actually meant to be. So yeah, like, I guess in just terms of advice and
Guidance.
guidance,
Just guidance, yeah. I think
chasing dreams.
we want people to realize that there's just you can live a very happy and successful life without having Lambos and, you know, all these crazy
You
shit.
don't.
Yeah.
And you know what? Social media is fake sometimes, right? I try to be as open and honest as possible with whatever I post, but most things on there are fake. So, you know, the lady who's or the girl who's posting, she's 18 or 19 and she's sitting in a first class cabin on a flight and flogging her wealth because she's on OnlyFans. You don't know whether that photo was really she's actually sitting in first class or
She snuck in.
she snuck in and took a photo and sat back in economy. You don't know that, right? But what I try and say is when I said about respect and honesty, it's also not towards others, it's also towards yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So do you want to make an honest living? Do you want to be respectful of yourself and the people who love you? I think those are really important things that you have to consider. You know, I'm not going to play gender roles here, but I'm going to say things like, you know, is career more important or is family more important? You know, for some people, it is very different, and there's no right or wrong answer there either, right? So you got to make that call. But selling yourself online, I don't know about that. I really don't know, because yeah, you make a lot of money. You may make a lot of money, but have you thought about the ramifications of that afterwards?
Yeah.
I think that's a really important part of of it, and then ultimately, if something happens after, who's taking responsibility? Are you taking responsibility for yourself and what happens afterwards?
I think that there's a very fine line with this as well, because like even for circuit people, there's the way that you present yourself can be deemed like very similar to what OnlyFans and things like to the outside public anyway.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like it's an art. What you guys do is an art. I think what goes on in like OnlyFans and that kind of industry and that culture is completely different. The mindset behind it, the influence behind it is completely opposite of what you guys might do on stage.
Yeah, that's right. It's very, very different, right? Because you go to a circuit party, and thank you. You'll come to your first one very soon.
Yes. No, we'll definitely be there. I'm gonna drag you guys out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you have to
just
drag me out.
just let me know. Let me know the date, man.
July.
Oh, come on. I was kidding.
We
July 6th.
July 6th.
But the thing is like you'll see it and then you'll go, whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Me and you are gonna rock up, and we'll be asking Dom, "Where are you?" And he's gonna be standing in the middle with his Power Ranger costume already on.
No, I don't think I'm confident to dress up, but I'll.
Hey, you said you were going to. You have
I'm
to
just
now.
gonna wear all black because I'm a little scaredy cat.
Maybe for the general public, right? I think a lot of people, like we mentioned earlier about going to the beat, what could someone expect the vibe to be? You know, like for say guys that might be a little bit more insecure about their sexuality and kind of not so friendly or open-minded with people with more open sexualities. What could they expect going to a party like the one that you're hosting on July 7th?
I think that I'm playing at, but I think a lot of misconception is around. It's all, everyone's the same sex. I'm gonna get assaulted there. When the actual reality is, actually everyone's just there to have a good time, and a very important word that is not really used in general is consent. Everyone's doing things with consent. That's the biggest difference. And if people don't do that, then they're an asshole. It's as simple as that. So if you don't have basic respect for other people, that is a problem, and that's not your problem. That's their problem. So as long as you go there, very clear of what your boundaries are, and respecting other people, great. If they don't respect you, that's their problem. And I would easily just walk over to a security guard and say, "Hey, kick that person out. They just assaulted me."
Yeah, I guess you can.
That's a very fair rule. I
That's-
mean,
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, I guess, in clubbing or like raves, they forget that there is people out there looking after you that you
Yeah.
can report
Safety
people to.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm shocked they have reps. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing at a circuit party, right? You go to any security, go to any person that you recognize as probably working there, and you tell them what's going on.
Yep.
They'll do something. Definitely do something.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
All good.
We'll definitely have you back on again. It was a bit unfortunate, a few technical difficulties.
It's all right.
But yes, it was a pleasure to have you on. It's been a long time coming. We've been trying to organize this for a little while now, so I'm glad we kind of got it out of the way. Is there anything? So July the 6th, was it?
Yeah, July the 6th.
Yep.
It's blackout for Bubbles After Dark.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of very, very good DJs from all over Australia
Yep.
coming.
Marquee
Bar
Yep.
after the renovations.
Yep.
I was one diagonally across from the warehouse on the intersection.
On the intersection, yep, just opposite the 7-Eleven. The little convenience store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yep. Oh, perfect, dude.
Done. Yeah. We'll be
Easy.
there.
Forget the warehouse. Nah, that was good.
But we'll be there, yeah. So thank you so much for joining us
No
on
problems.
Couch Surfing. We're going to go and proceed to have some dinner.
Yeah, let's eat.
Yeah, let's eat.
Part 2 in the future because a lot
Part
to
two.
unpack. I still
Yeah.
gotta ask you.
There's still a lot
What's
of
your civilization, man? What do you play
What's
soon?
your-
Yeah.
India, man, you got to play as India.
This Gandhi with the.
Yes.
Damn. I see. That's a different language now.
Yeah,
I'm
be
sorry.
honest, I have no idea. I'll just go along with it.
Next time.
I'm a bit of a poser. I've played a bit of Civ, but I love watching it.
Yes.
I love watching it and people streaming and seeing the strategy over the course of like however many hours.
Is it like
Oh,
is it
there
like
you go.
Warcraft or?
No, it's like how would you explain it?
It's a sim. It's a sim.
It's a sim.
It's a sim.
It's like a
It's not. It's a half sim and half RPG. I guess.
I think
yeah.
like Clash of Clans on roids.
Huh. So Catan.
Actually,
but
that's good. Yeah.
again.
That's a good one. Yeah. that's
It's pretty much Catan. You basically evolve your civilization. This is off topic now. Civilization from like Stone Age
Yeah.
to like nuclear, and
So-
basically the aim of the game is to kill everyone, or not kill everyone.
Take everyone.
Take everyone out.
It's like Age of Empires, but not.
Yeah, Age of Empires.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, pretty much. Yep.
God, how old are you?
Damn.
I started playing Age of Empires 2, not 1.
But yeah, thank you so much. Pleasure, guys, having
Thank
you guys
you.
there.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.